You are listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense. Hello, ho, ho, and a Merry Christmas welcome to Radio Nonsense, the official Comedy Club for Kids podcast that's suitable for all ages from It's Christmas! To
Humbug.
And everything in between. I'm Tiernan, and hooray! It's Christmas, or very nearly Christmas, but kind of Christmas, depends on when you're listening to this. Christmas! Linda! It's Christmas, Linda! I guess she's spending it somewhere else this year then. Anyway, I have got everything at Comedy Club for Kids HQ Christmas ready. I've decorated the tree, which takes ages because you have to paint every single pine, and there are loads of them and they're really spiky. I've also sprouted all the peels, I've given a turkey a bath, and I've done a rap about all the presents, which took ages because I'm not very good at rapping. Yo, 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 it's a gift for Mike. He'll like riding a shiny bike. I don't know who Mike is. I just had to give a bike to someone. Well, I didn't have to, but I've got a bike. And anyway, the only thing I have left to do is finish writing my list for Father Christmas. I'm sure you've all done yours and sent it off ages ago, but I've still got things to add. I've already put everything I want on there, like a fancy hat that can make smoothies, a machine that goes bork, 12 odd slippers, a really hilarious sneeze, so much more. I've really thought about it this year, and I know those are the things I really want, so I had to put them all on there. But also I need to put in big letters, no farting animals, little cross to show it's extra not what I wanted, no stinky hippos, big cross to show even more that I really don't want that. And that should be clear now, I hope. I reckon I've been good this year. Have you? I always worry about what I'd get from Father Christmas, if I hadn't been good or bad, just sort of neutral or unnoticeable or boring. Would he bring me anything? Maybe a dry cracker or a single sensible shoe. Everyone always says Father Christmas knows if you've been naughty or nice, but you might have just been fine, and then he really needs to think about what you get then. An empty picture frame, an unfinished book. Anyway, not that I need to worry. I'm pretty sure I have been good. I said hello to a bee a few times. I've constantly checked on Linda, and I made sure that all of you listeners have had importantest bits to listen to. So, off to the North Pole with my list. Go, airmail, go! Oh, I can't wait for all my prezzies. Now, I hope you all have lovely holiday festive season times too, and thank you so much for listening to this ridiculous show for the last year. After this episode, Radio Nonsense is taking a short break while I get to play with all my wonderful new presents that I'm definitely getting. But it will be back in the new year. Don't worry, don't panic, it's fine. Radio Nonsense will come back probably at the end of January next year, 2025. And don't forget, you've also got 195 other episodes that you can always go back to and give another listen to. I also still have some of your questions on the question pile that will get answered next year, don't worry. And there'll also be room for more. So if you've got something you need to ask and have answered, then please do ask your nearest Grinchy frostbiters. Sorry, I meant grown-ups. To help you, email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. Or you can send a message on Spotify Q&A or give the show a review on any of the places podcasts can get reviews, like Apple Podcasts, or a small note attached to your teacher's foot. If your grown-ups would like to support this show, then they can sign you up to the advert-free Linda edition at Apple Podcasts, Acast Plus, Spotify, or patreon.com/Comedy Club for Kids. And, of course, we will have loads more live, real life there, like people there telling jokes to your face, Comedy Club for Kids shows in 2025. So do have a look at comedyclubforkids.co.uk to see when we're near you. And you can hear even more of me on the other podcast I do called Bust or Trust, a kids mystery podcast, if you're not already subscribed to that. Right, while I wait for my lovely presents, you listen to this most importantest bit.
Well, I think you're feeling the Christmas spirit, Skeletor.
Hooray! It's Howard Reed, a.k.a. Howard, who makes sure that at least once a year he's showered, a.k.a. Who Rude, an officially outrageous dude, and of course, as all of our listeners who speak gibberish know you, But of course, Howard, you are very well known for your incredible ability to turn water into swine. For that time, you actually found Count Dracula and discovered he wasn't a vampire, but a very nice man. And most famously for winning the silver medal in the Global Irritating Sounds Championships. Howard, what's the matter with you?
Hello. I'm good. Nothing's the matter with me. I'm fixed. Yesterday I was my arm was lying on my bed when I got up. You know when you get up and you're just your arm's on the pillow. But I got a staple gun and I popped that back on. Dracula, who's lovely, such a nice man. He's staying in my spare room. Yeah, I can't find my dogs, but he's such a nice bloke. The reason I was looking for Dracula is I wanted to write a book, but it's now a really boring book. It's just as a really nice guy hanging around my house. If you had to accommodate, I mean, did you need to accommodate him in any special way? Is he fine sort of sleeping in a bed in your spare room, or? Yeah, we've made a sort of a cardboard coffin shape around his bed just to sort of make him feel at home. But he said, "What are you doing that for?" And we just mainly feeding him ketchup. He doesn't really like it, but I think he genuinely might just be an ordinary bloke. He says he's not Dracula either, but I might have abducted someone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Count Dracula, based on what I know about him, and again, maybe he is obviously very misrepresented, but I sort of understand that had you kidnapped him, he probably would have made it quite clear. Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking. What I suddenly started talking. What did you always say? I was saying Count Dracula isn't underrepresented not in my house because we got.
I see. No. Sorry, misrepresented. Yes.
Oh yes.
Not under, or maybe under and misrepresented, except in your house.
Well, I mean, he is misrepresented because everyone thinks he's a vampire, and he's clearly a guy. He doesn't even like pints of tomato ketchup.
That's so weird. Wow. What do you think? I mean, reputations have to come from somewhere, though. Does he wear sort of cloaks? Is it what's he doing that makes everyone think he's vampire-y?
I don't know. Like the closest I've seen him wearing a cloak is a duvet when he's in bed and like he gets up as it snags on him. But he doesn't walk about with it like that. He doesn't. He hasn't turned into a bat once.
Poor guy. Yeah. Poor guy. Yeah.
Represented. You're right. That's a good word. Misrepresented. Yeah. I'm going to use that more. I'm going to slip that into conversation.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite a handy. You can either use it when someone hasn't been represented correctly, or when you meet a young woman whose surname is represented, and then you can call her misrepresented.
Yeah. And or if you're trying to throw an egg at a president, mispresidented. No, that's not right.
Yeah, Mr. President, Mr. President. No, that's when there's someone whose surname is presidented, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's just all it is. Yeah. I don't think he's
No, I don't think so. No. What happens if it's President Brie and it's the cheese? And you went to eat it, but you missed eating, like you missed your mouth. Have you missed President's breed?
Well, like if you got a chunk of brie and it goes in your eye rather than your mouth, that might be Mr. President. Also, if you've eaten an entire wheel of brie, and then you wish you had, so you're missing the President brie.
Well, you haven't missed. You've eaten it. You've eaten it all. Yeah, I suppose you should have missed it. There's a lot. This is why I find language is fascinating. There's so much you can do with it.
It's a well you can fall down, isn't it? It's a well of
that's
words.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what else you could. No, it's weird, isn't it? There's not more words for words.
No, there's words. That's one word for words. There's more.
Oh yeah,
which is French for words, but that's it. Those are all the words we've got for. Yet we've got Eskimos have got or Inuits. They've got like 2 billion words for snow.
But it's because they get lots of different snow there. Though they get sort of flaky snow, silly snow, loud snow, quiet snow, shy snow, farty snow.
But they've got enough words to name every single snowflake. So they That's Ian. That's toast. That's Morocco. Uh, as they come down, I don't know why they use those
Yeah,
words,
but
because those words are used for other things. They should make them sound a bit less English. Because I think if you Inuit, it should sound Inuit. I don't speak
sure,
any
sure.
Inuit, but I do speak.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
mean,
rightly pointed out.
you know, it's impressive if somebody doesn't speak Inuit that you know in quite a few of the names that they call snowflakes, which I think is, I
I mean, the thing is that there's a lot of they've named every single snowflake, so they're starting to have to borrow our words, which I'm
right.
fine
Is it
with.
like
But
with storms? Because storms now have really silly names like Bert and Gladys and things, and then you
yeah,
sort of think, I'm not really that afraid of a storm that sounds like it might be an accountant.
yeah, no, no, it's a bit like because it was Bert, yeah, Bert ripped down a tree and threw
Right.
it through my grand's house. Like that's like an attack by a
Yeah.
cast
Yeah.
of
What's
Sesame
happened to
Street. Like,
poor Bert? Ernie's really
yeah,
upset him.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, well, it's usually the other way around, isn't it? It's
That's
usually Bert that
true.
upsets Ernie, isn't it? You think it would be Ernie? Do we have to wait an entire? Oh,
That's
Ernie
what
might
he
be coming
does.
up
If they
soon though,
go
if it's
through
alphabetical.
the whole cast of Sesame Street, but then you see, would it be Ernie or would they have a Storm Elmo, which I'd quite look forward to.
Yeah, yeah, but maybe they've already done
Yes,
Big Bird.
yes, we haven't been paying attention. I hope Storms start going through favourite TV shows and films, and that's where we have to go to next.
Yeah. Every time it comes round, we should have an announcement that this year
Yeah.
it's going to be the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Great. About having your possessions destroyed
I've
much more
lost my
fun.
house to Obi-Wan Kenobi, but hey, that's at least it wasn't to the Empire.
It's Baby Yoda Storms. Oh yeah. You could use him twice, couldn't he? Because he's got Grogu. That's it. Gringo.
Yeah, I feel it's very sad that they haven't like Gringo and the Mandarin would be a lovely show.
Yeah, which was just about a Mexican gentleman trying to eat little orange through his big moustache.
Yes, I would watch that. That sounds fantastic. This is the problem. TV just doesn't listen to what the people want, or in fact, what they need.
No, I want a misheard, misremembered spin-off. Disney have got a lot of money. They could do spin-offs of all the names where I can't quite remember the actual name of the character.
Yes,
Grogu is the name, isn't it? Not Gringo.
It is Grogu, but it's not as good as a little hey Mandalorian and just a little sombrero and much better.
Would the Mexican cowboy Yoda speak in the same way that Yoda, grown-up Yoda, big Yoda? They don't. Yeah.
That's tricky, isn't it?
Would he talk back? I'm trying to think of a thing that a Mexican cowboy would say, but they're probably all
a Mexican cowboy. Guacamole would like something like that. I don't know what accent that was. That wasn't a Mexican accent. It was just a strange, but that's how he'd probably speak. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's deeply offensive to Yodas who are from Mexico.
Yes. Yeah.
Very small traffic. So we could probably write to them individually and apologize.
Yeah, well, I can do that. I don't know. Oh no, if they're in Mexico, I could write to them. If they're in somewhere far, far away, I don't know how long it would take by post to get there.
Yeah. Especially coming up to Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, it's tricky. I mean, that is one of the big problems with Star Wars is they never address how anyone sent like letters to each other.
I mean, and not addressing it is one of the worst things you can do when you're sending letters to each other.
Yes, exactly. It is. It's a very big problem. Who do you think would be on the stamps? Would it be Emperor? Would it be the Emperor, or would it be?
I suppose it would be the Emperor most of the time, wouldn't it? And then no spoilers. Don't want to spoil anything. No. But then who is it when it's is it all the people in the Senate?
Oh, that's boring.
Is it the
Yeah.
It's all like a big wide shot, like a big group selfie with everyone in the Senate. There's loads of people,
but I'd hope they do special edition ones with an Ewok on and stuff.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I feel like stamps sometimes are really missing out on being better. I don't really use stamps anymore.
No. Yeah. They're very expensive as well. I bought some first class stamps the other day. They're £200.
£200. Have you?
Yeah.
But does that mean you can now post anything? Could you go and put that stamp on a cow, and a postman would have to carry the cow and deliver it?
I'm gonna hopefully, yeah. I'm gonna. There's a farm near me. I'm gonna try and just stick it. I think you'd probably have to stick it on the because cows are quite sort of
They
envelope
are
shaped, aren't
envelope
they?
shaped.
Quite
It's one of the secrets about cows. Yeah.
rectangular. Yeah. You pop it up just by the in the bum by the
Yes,
tail,
that's
where
good.
it just the top of the tail.
How would you write the
Yeah,
address,
definitely.
or would you not bother? Would you let the post person just guess? Post person sounds like they used to be a person, like they're a zombie. So a
Yeah.
postal worker. Yes.
But that sounds like they're going to go crazy.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
And
Yeah. Don't go postal. Mail delivery human.
yeah, that's I was going to say mailman is even worse. That's like a double.
That's
That's double. You want to because anyone can be a male person. No,
yeah. Be like female woman. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Or he-man or She-Ra. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So for the they who them what carries the mail in a sack? No, they don't even have a sack anymore. They've got a pushing thing. No, they've got a pushy thing. They've got like a little trolley, and the trolley's full of letters. Yeah.
Can they scoot along it? Is there a bar at the back of the trolley so they can scoot along it like you do with the trolley,
Oh,
with the
that would
shopping
be
trolley?
nice. I don't know. I haven't. Do you know what? That's interesting because I never noticed them going along. I just witnessed them at the door. There's at the door with letters, so maybe they teleport.
Wow. I mean, you were saying about He-Man and Mailman. That would you want He-Man to be able to deliver a cow, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Or She-Ra. She-Ra
Yes,
can do it.
yes, yeah. I was going to say because a lot of listeners probably won't know who He-Man is, but they will know who She-Ra is because there's a more recent She-Ra. Yeah.
Yeah.
But He-Man was a genuine name of a guy, of a cartoon guy who was a he and a man.
Yeah.
It was very weird. But yeah, I would Well, I wonder now that stamps cost so much, I think it allows you to post whatever you like.
And a cartoon character from the 1980s will turn up.
That's exactly what happens. Yeah. Which is actually a service I would pay a reasonable amount for.
Yeah. If you could open the window and wave to someone from Danger Mouse, Penfold carrying your cow to the sorting office, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Well, we can only hope. That's what the Royal Mail, or I don't know what the other services around the world are called.
The French Mail, which is non-royal mail, royal mail.
Yeah.
The Limey Mail, that's what they call it in America.
Yes.
Gringo Mail is what they call it in Mexico.
Gringo, yeah. And then in Portugal, they've got 7,000 words for mail, I think.
Have they? For every single letter?
Every single letter's got a different name, yeah.
Are you sure that's not just reading?
I might be reading, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it might be. It might be they're just reading the name on the letter, and that's what that letter's called, yeah. Yeah, good point. I hadn't really thought that through. Well, listen, Howard, it's so nice of you to come back on the show. I've got a question that, as always, you are the only person I think that could possibly answer it, or maybe Dracula, if he's about. But I appreciate his daytime there, so unlikely. But before we get to that question, I've got a couple of admin questions. How do you feel about admin?
I'm shuffling some paper there. I've got some paper clips.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Paper clips, sound effects, and I've got.
Is that just because you're a master of percussion?
Paper clips.
Yes.
You need drumsticks. That's what.
Oh, I thought percussion was when you hit anything and make a noise with it.
But listeners, I don't know if listeners know that Tiernan is very small, so Tiernan might use paper clips for like drumming and like playing the tambour.
I mean, I think you're not wrong. You're not wrong about this, and I do those things. But I have also seen when someone says I'm a percussionist, and then they get a little like hitty stick,
Yes.
and they go around. They like I don't know, hit a xylophone, but then they'll kick a bin, and then they'll hit a dog on the head or whatever. And it's like this is my percussion. They can as long as they hit it with a stick.
I don't think
It's percussion.
that's a horrible person. It's just going around hitting things and hurting things. I'd call.
They did it very gently on the dog. It was like just like a little affectionate top, and then the dog goes in time with the music.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have animal lovers listening. You don't want to talk about that. You're playing a like Phil Collins drum solo on a Dachshund.
No, that would be a bit much. And again, another reference for the listeners. But
Listeners will know Tiernan is very small, so I think it could probably be like a little scritch, wouldn't it, from if you played a drum solo on a Dachshund? Because you're only
yeah. Well, it would be from me, but what I'm saying is in the greater. I think percussion is like if you wanted to play percussion on paper clips.
yeah.
I think it would still be percussion, wouldn't it?
I guess so. Yeah. I'll see if I can get some, see if I can get a beat going.
No,
Right.
no, you can't know yet. No, you can't at all. I take it back. I thought that if you were to hit paper clips, it would create percussion, but it doesn't at all. It doesn't.
But it might do to your little tiny ears. That's the thing, like a little tiny.
Sure. Yeah. That's a lot of things do. I can hear a lot of sounds that people can't possibly fathom. Actually,
I mean, the other things that listeners might not know that Tiernan does ride around. Who lives in North London, rides around on a Dachshund. Is
I do.
very small.
I do.
Saddles up a Dachshund.
Greg.
That-
Yeah, Greg the Dachshund. Yeah.
That you can see him all around London if you know where to look, which is down.
Yes, yeah, but we're also very good at hiding, so I make it particularly tricky, and also Greg can go quite fast, and I do just fall off, which is another issue. So
You need to train Greg, or just to ask him if it's okay if you sit on his back.
well, do you know what I thought, or what I could just do is get one of those like little Barbie cars and drive around in that.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's hard. The problem is purchasing it when you're when you're of this size. I don't really know how you go into a shop to buy, because I go in, I'm like, can I have a Barbie car, please? Which is, I mean, that's not how I talk like this, but to them, I sound because obviously I've changed all the settings on this.
Because the listeners at home can hear your voice sounding like it does now because we've got a lot of filters that go. You're very very tiny, and likewise I'm a giant. So
yes.
Like my voice ordinarily, if you were sitting next to me, it would sound like the rumble of thunder. But we've suspended it so I sound like a normal, extremely handsome man.
It's I mean that is the filter we had to put on so as not to scare listeners. But it is, I mean, it's one of the magicalness, the magicizing.
Magi, that's the plural.
The magi of audio soundlings. I believe that's it's really hard. Words are hard sometimes. It's just not enough for some of the things I want to say. Really.
If you bought a Barbie car,
yes,
in a shop, or got a grown up to do it for you,
yes,
you get a free garage.
Oh,
the box would, like, you could open it up and drive it out the.
Oh, in the box.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. And then I could sort of put all the stuff that I don't know where to put anywhere else in it.
Yeah.
Like bits of fluff, a hat a ladybird gave me, and all those sort of things could just sort of yeah. That's nice. That's really nice. Well, I'll get onto it. I've got to find. I mean, yeah, I've got to. I can't go soon. The Christmas rush and everything would be too dangerous for me.
No,
so
you need to get a bigger dog, I think.
Yes.
You don't want a Dachshund running around in sort of the Oxford Street Black Friday sales, do you?
Well, that's it. I'm wondering maybe I should get a robin or something. It'd be very seasonal.
Yeah.
They're not very happy creatures. They didn't like it last time, so
yeah. Got to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, got to be very careful. Anyway, well listen, so back to the point. You are happy about admin because you can play percussion on paper clips.
Yeah.
I think that was what we came to. Sure, good. In which case, I've got two admin questions for you. One of them is hard, and the other one, I think, we'll see how you go. First question is quite simple. It is, what is this?
What ends this?
No, not what ends this. What is this?
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what ends this? That's quite Christmassy. This isn't a Christmassy episode, is it?
Is it? Is what I thought ends this was a place in Scotland.
Oh, what?
Maybe it is.
What?
It sounds like it is.
So what is the question? It's not what ends this. It's
No, what in this? Yeah, no, is what is this?
right. This
What is this?
this is it's a little converter thing for to get out the back of a phone that changes it into a USB.
Right. Okay. Wow. Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I thought it was a letter that had gone a bit sort of like I don't know, a bit sort of floppy and sad.
No,
It looks a bit like a T. It looks a bit like letter T if it was a bit sad.
Oh no, this thing. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
cost 80 quid for Apple. It's
Right. You bought it from an Apple.
yeah. I live in the country, Tin, and you wouldn't understand this.
Sure.
And you're a bit scared of apples, aren't they? Because sometimes they
I'm terrified.
roll over you,
Yeah.
like the boulder from Indiana Jones.
Yes, that is. I think that's happened to me many times, but only when I've been collecting small, tiny. They're normally actually toy soldiers figurines.
Oh,
From a plinth. Yeah.
right. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I get. What
No, there was no more to that. There wasn't. I know you were expecting me to go more into that, but actually, that was. I thought about it, and that was the extent of the story. There was nothing else.
Adding more words that wouldn't have made it make any more sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, especially as I don't really know. I don't think there are any other words for plinth, are there?
No,
Plinth.
should be.
Plounth.
But it's a great word. It's one of my favourite words, plinth.
It's a great word, but which is probably why there aren't. Maybe there shouldn't be other words. Otherwise, then they might use that instead of plinth.
I wonder if there's a snowflake called plinth somewhere. There must be. There must be.
Oh, there must be.
Yeah. And is it shaped?
There
like
must
plinth?
be. Is it? Oh, the snowflake. Yeah, I'd have thought so. Which then potentially means you could have another snowflake on top of it, sitting on the plinth.
Yeah. And that could be called vase of flowers.
Yeah, vase of flowers snowflake. Oh, that's
What
beautiful.
a coincidence that in all of the world, the two snowflakes, one of them which is called, because all snowflakes are different, and they've all got different names according to the Inuits. If at the same time that a snowflake called plinth and a snowflake called vase of flowers landed on top of each other, that's beautiful.
But there are those sort of because you get the snowflake called fish and the snowflake called chips. They always seem to appear together, don't you?
Yeah.
Chalk and cheese. There's quite a few that always. That's what the Inuits know all about this stuff.
But never, and there's one called Ronnie Corbett and one called Ronnie Barker. Just one.
It's again, what I like when I talk to you is that you bring in all the references that the listeners will really, really know.
Really think about the listeners, and their love of the two Ronnies. But now they can Google the two Ronnies and then go.
They can.
Don't Google that one. Yeah, they don't age well. Some of them. Anyway,
that's true. Yeah. Yes, that is true. But the two Ronnies and Phil Collins, they're right on there with some exciting things to look up. So,
and if look up Phil Collins' drum solo, you'll find out he's a gorilla.
Yeah, which is that's something that really that's going to be really confusing. Yes, very good point.
I do believe in talking about things that children don't know necessarily, and they can look up and find out about 1980s references, and then they can drop them into conversations with me.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's about choosing the references that you want, like, because I think sometimes, like, sure, Phil Collins, you'll find a gorilla playing the drums, and that is a good thing to look up. But you don't want to say, like, I don't know. Sometimes things are really boring from the past.
Yes,
like huge filing cabinets. Those were boring.
Yeah, they were. Although sometimes when they pulled out the drawer and it went out much further than you thought it could, and then it turned out it kept on coming out, and then it's a bed. You could sleep in it. I mean, I could sleep in it. And I'm a normal sized man, whereas you're.
Yeah, I'd get lost in it actually. Yeah, I was filed away several times, and it was quite upsetting. Yeah, don't bring back those memories. Thank you. Yeah, that's true, and it did also make quite a good creaky, like almost robotic noise. Yeah, that's fair. But I think there was a lot of. I mean, fax machines. They weren't very exciting. You know, there's a.
They'd sing to you. They'd sing to you.
Yes, they were.
That's how the internet worked, by singing.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, the internet would sort of scream at you, wouldn't it? Yeah, and yeah, that was exciting. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I've changed my mind on all of this. We should just only talk about the past.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a history lesson as well as a
exactly.
talking about Apple, the things you bought from Apples.
Yes, yeah, I mean, the basically the apples have got the entire economy sewn up here where I live, and you've got to buy it from Apple.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
particularly music.
Yes, yes. I mean, the worry is if you find a bad apple.
Yeah, and there are some there. Yeah,
Yeah.
um, it's hard. It's not depressing. We don't want to get the.
Sure, sure. Well, listen. Well, thank you for clearing up what that was. I didn't know what it was, or indeed what ins this either. I didn't know about that. So thank you for answering both those questions. In which case, the second question, which I think is harder, but see how you go. Howard, would you rather that whenever you got a cut, you had to wear a full body length plaster, or every Wednesday your belly button screamed for 24 hours?
Wow, I'd like that second one once, just to.
Right, just one screaming
Not
Wednesday.
every Wednesday, but I think you like. I believe that life should be. You should try and seek out new experiences as often as you can.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting day, wouldn't it? Well, I mean, could you like muffle it with a couple of buttons? Do you think, or would it have to be full volume the whole time?
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I'd have thought even a thick woolly jumper would probably do it, especially if all the belly button fluff got stuck in your belly button.
Yeah, I mean, if
it would act as a sort of muffler.
All the belly button fluff that I've ever had, which I do, I could just try and shove it all back in, and it would be.
Yeah.
Or I could get some like big headphones, like you're wearing, big headphones with the sort of the bit around the top, and then sort of clamp it around my front and back, and put one headphone over my belly button, and you can maybe play it music to try and calm it down, try and work out why it's screaming.
That's nice. I just need to interject and say my headphones aren't big. They're actually two buttons connected by a tiny piece of hay. But yes, you're right. I mean, that is the thing. Is it potentially the belly button is screaming because it's distressed. I mean, we don't know if it's screaming because it's having fun.
Yeah,
I've got no details in this question, I'm afraid. So you might be able to calm it down. It might just be having the time of its life.
Yeah, is being a belly button on an enormous giant like me like constantly being on a roller coaster? Like,
gosh.
Scream rather than.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing we haven't considered is considering your giant like size, your belly button must be ginormous, probably like a sinkhole.
Yeah,
its scream would be deafening.
It could be a fully grown man in there, just like it's just.
Yeah.
In fact,
it's not the button that's screaming; it's the man trapped inside your belly.
We're recording this on Tuesday, and tomorrow my belly button starts screaming. I'm going to have to send a team down there and see.
Yes. I mean, I should check then. Would you prefer? Is that this is of course every Wednesday in the question? You don't just get to try this out once. So it's either that or you have to wear a full body length plaster, even for the smallest of paper cuts.
You see that. I always, whenever you get a paper cut or any sort of cut, like I cook a lot, and I burnt my finger the other day. I'm showing Tim my burnt finger. It doesn't look like that's what I'm doing. It's a finger that is really hard to show to someone politely.
Yes.
And it interferes on your hands. It interferes with your whole life. So you might as well, if you cut anything on your hands, you might as well take the week off and climb inside and all over body plaster and just hide yourself off for the world. I'd quite like that, but it would be hard to get things done, wouldn't it?
Yes, and also I'm going to pose to you the really tricky bit, which would be removing it. If you had to remove an all-body plaster, it would be extremely painful, and you would be bald at the end. You'd be entirely bald.
I'm not a very hairy man already, but it's still
still
painful. I would, that would be. But I wouldn't mind also trying the all-over bald look for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
But then, what would the tiny men who climb into your belly button climb on?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's true because they wouldn't have the little hairs to hold on to. Yeah, but I mean, also they wouldn't be screaming because you'd have gone for the plaster option, so you'd assume they'd be content.
But I'd be screaming because
you'd be screaming because of the plaster tearing off every single hair.
Yeah.
It's not an easy. I told you it's a hard question. I don't know. I don't know what you want to go for. And you've also got to think, what if you didn't like the all-over bald look, but then you cut yourself and then you'd have to do it all over again?
Yeah.
And
I'm going with the belly button. That's it. I think it's
right. Every Wednesday.
Screaming belly button, because at least then every Wednesday then you can have a little adventure trying to work out who it is this week.
Yeah. I mean, because I tried to think of the day. Is Christmas on a Wednesday this year?
Oh, I don't know. I've got my calendar here. I'll have a look. That's it.
Is it? You look it up, because just think about what Christmas would be like if on Christmas Day
it is
It is a Wednesday.
You knew that anyway because you moonlight as an elf, didn't you?
I do. Yeah, that is one of my many jobs.
The elves
Actually, yes.
don't know, by the way, because he's too small.
I'm too small. Yeah. It's actually. I mean, that's the thing. I do quite a lot of jobs, and people aren't really aware that I do any of them because they don't.
It's tricky.
I don't know why I bother. Actually, really.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you claim you send in your invoice, or you tell them you write to the people who pay you in a job, and they go, "You weren't here."
Yeah.
Was. And you try and
Yeah.
selfie, and you're not in it because you're too small. And you don't pick up on cameras. Yeah.
I mean, the worst is when I hand in all my work and they can't read it because it's too tiny, and it's not an easy life. I'll grant you that, but I wouldn't choose anything. You know, I imagine the same with you do some work and it covers and flattens people entirely, and they can't read it because they're crushed under the weight of it. So
yeah. And sometimes I then walk off and I then accidentally stand on the town that my boss is from, and
yes,
yeah, it's hard. It's hard work.
It's hard. It's very hard. Very hard. But well done for choosing. Well done for choosing the belly button. I think it will make your Christmas hard, but that's sensible. I think more sensible than pulling off all your body hair with a plaster.
I could try and drown it out with carol singing.
That's nice. Or harmonise with it.
Yeah.
Carol singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bells. Ah! Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's lovely. Well, good luck with that. Very good luck with that. Listen, Howard, thank you. Thank you for answering the admin questions. So we've had this question sent in. This has been sent in by Ash Black Cat in the US. Or I assume it's US, unless it's just Ash Black Cat us. Unless it's a sort of thing that, I don't know if that's something maybe that a traditional thing. Can you Ash Black Cat someone? I don't know.
There's a request basically saying, "Can you Ash Black Cat us?" Like
it might be, yeah, it might be.
I mean, throw a cat that's ash black coloured
at them.
Yeah.
Yes, whoever they are. We don't know any details, so we just have to keep throwing ash black cats at people until
just random
we fulfil the request. Yeah.
People, because it's us. It must be more than one person. You'd think, wouldn't you? So we just throw it and make sure it's the right colour, and then just throw it at everyone in America one at a time.
I think that's it. Well, I mean, again, you're assuming it's in America. If the US stands for America, then it is just one ash black cat in America who has somehow written in, despite I'd have thought pause would make it quite hard to type, but they've done it. Or it's ash black cat us, and then it's people who want an ash black cat thrown at them. So yeah, I'm not sure which one you
want to throw it at everyone. Or
yeah,
it's a person who's from America.
Or a cat from America, yeah.
Do you think when a cat is typing an email, and if it hasn't learned to touch type and it looks at its paws, does it keep on stopping because it sees its paws and it pauses?
Maybe that's a very good point. I mean, I also wonder. It's fine if they're on a laptop. If they're on a big computer, when they see the mouse, do they try and eat it and chase it?
Yeah, that would be hard work. Because
very hard
I don't know if you're the same, but when I look around my room, I have to say all the things I'm looking at. Cup.
Yes, yeah, I have to do that too. I have to say like flea, one crumb, and it takes so it takes a very long time. But yes, well, hopefully we could be talking to one cat. We could be talking to people who like cats thrown in their face, and it's maybe the question will help us work this out.
Okay.
But this Ash Black Cat Us or Ash Black Cat US has asked: are stinky hippos, or are they actually just bananas that are disguised for a secret banana society?
Right. Well, that's a lot to unpack, isn't it? So are they? So
yes,
stinky hippos was the phrase, was it?
Yes.
Stinky
hippos. Yes. Are they hippos? Which is probably the first bit of that question. Are they hippo because they're stinky? Does that then negate or stop them from being hippos? And are they then in fact bananas that are disguised for a secret banana society? Assuming that then there is some sort of secret banana society that goes around disguised as other things, including or maybe only as stinky hippos.
I mean, if you were a banana, who in my book is delicious, it might be wise to disguise yourself as something else, because like I'm like I like to have a bit of fruit after my lunch, and if I see a banana sitting there, I'll go yummy. I'll have a banana after my lunch, little healthy pudding there. But if there was a hippo, especially if it stank, sitting in my fruit bowl, I would think twice about
Yes.
So I can see the logic if you were a secret society,
Yeah.
and you wanted to avoid me eating you. And obviously I'm enormous, so I eat entire banana trees and then pick the teeth with the trunk. Yeah, I can see the logic behind that, but I don't know if every single stinky hippo is a secret society of bananas.
I mean, you'd have to think the bananas would have to get inspiration from somewhere. Like, how would they know to be a stinky hippo unless stinky hippos already existed?
Which came first, the stinky hippo or the collection of like a stinky hippo? That old adage that people say all the time.
It's a really people talk about all the time. Yeah, very hard to solve that
hippo,
one.
Collective of secret society of bananas. Yeah. So which is it? Yeah, I think you're right. Would a secret society of bananas know what a stinky hippo looked like if a stinky hippo didn't exist? Unless they're basing it on because does a stinky hippo look much different to a normal hippo if you got a clothes peg on your nose?
Yeah, I don't know, because I'd have thought there were stink lines coming off a stinky hippo. Yeah. I'd have thought you could quite clearly see really horrible. I mean, I don't know if you've smelt a stinky hippo, but my understanding is they are rather like someone burned some sick and then farted on the sick. Like, I think it's that sort of level of really grim. Yeah.
So if you were a secret society of bananas, I mean, is it? Can you read the question again? Is it plural bananas? Is there more than one bananas, or is it
secret? No. Oh, it says, are they actually just bananas that are disguised for a secret banana society? Oh. So there is only one secret banana, but they are bananas who are maybe trying to become the secret banana.
So that's a very secret society, isn't it? If there's literally just one person in it, like nobody knows about it apart from the banana that's a member of the secret society.
Yes, that's very secret. And how would we even know they exist if they're that secret?
Yeah. I mean, we don't know they're a secret, so we don't know they exist.
Yeah.
How would you then go about passing yourself off as a stinky hippo if you're just one banana? I mean, I don't want to negative and say that people can't achieve their dreams, but can a single banana, albeit who's got a clubhouse and a table to sit around and do evil plots with, but if it's just him sitting around the table or her, how are they gonna? That's a tall hill to climb, a tall stinky hippo hill to climb.
It is. It's very hard, and I think, but you do get specialists in certain areas, and there is every chance that there is one banana out there that is just exceptionally good at disguise.
Yeah, I mean,
and has avoided the typical banana fate of either being eaten or indeed slipped upon.
Yeah.
And they've dodged that this far by being at least one, if not many, stinky hippos at once.
Yeah, I mean, so if a banana who's a genuine master of disguise could be any. I mean, you could be anywhere around.
Yeah.
It could be there's a cupboard here, like it could be that cupboard. If it's
yeah,
the drawers could work and everything, and if that cupboard stank, then it could be a stinky cupboard, and so ergo ipso facto, why could it be a stinky hippo? I reckon. I'm going for option B. I think it's a stinky hippo is a collective of secret society bananas. One banana in a secret society who's passing themselves off as. In fact, now I think everything is a banana in disguise.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that is actually what's happened. I mean, because I did think perhaps there's still the issue of that bananas would have to get inspiration from someone, but perhaps actually if bananas were indeed everything, maybe they just got really creative.
Yeah.
And everything we know. I mean, you could be a banana. You could be a secret banana.
Oh my goodness! I didn't know this was going to. Oh.
Have I caught you out?
Yeah, I'm afraid. Yeah, oh wow! When this question came in, I was suspicious that that someone had smelt a banana rather than a rat. But I am actually a secret society of bananas, and there is dressed up as Howard Reed, the giant, massive comedian.
Yes, I did think so. I mean, it was also. I don't want to say that you're not trying very hard or you're not a particularly good secret banana, but you are. You do look like a massive banana.
I mean, yeah, I do. When I was playing this, I was really busy. I had stuff to do, but I thought hide in plain sight. If I want to disguise myself as anything, why not also make your life a bit easier and disguise yourself as a comedian whose gimmick is looking like a massive banana.
Very clever.
Yeah.
And of course, listeners won't actually see you, so for all they know, you don't look like a banana. If I don't give it away, which I won't give it away,
Please don't.
You do look like a giant banana. You definitely do, but I won't give that away, and therefore your secret is still safe with me.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So then, I'd say it is. No, actually, no. I'm changing my mind. It isn't a massive bananas.
Right. Yes.
Those don't exist, do they?
They no. Well, yes, of course. I'll try and help you out here. They definitely don't. Can I just ask? Have you just been fired? Have you just been fired from the society, or are you? Still?
Yeah, I have, and
you have. Yeah. Okay.
It was only me in the society, and
I'm so sorry.
But I was that negligent at the secret society banana activities that I had to step in and fire myself.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Well, listen, Howard, thank you for answering Ash Blackcatus or Ash Blackcat US's question. That it isn't a secret. They aren't a secret banana society. These stinky hippos are, which we didn't answer. I suppose they are still hippos, or they aren't. No, they aren't hippos because they're bananas. Yeah.
But who are we to say what a hippo is?
Well, that's also true. Yes, anything could be a hippo.
Yeah.
Possibly hippos could be snowflakes. So
yeah, I mean, there must be a snowflake called Hippo, a really big.
There must be really big.
Here comes
really
Hippo!
Big. And there must be
yeah,
and then a really stinky one is probably a stinky hippo snowflake. So it's
yeah.
And then who's to say all those snowflakes aren't indeed actually bananas? So it gets very complicated. But thank you for the complicated question, Ash Black Catters. Howard, thank you for coming back on the show. Have you got much coming up in the next 10 minutes, 11 seconds, 14 milliseconds?
My plan for the next 10 minutes, 18 milliseconds is I'm going to try and tackle that nose hair problem that I had. I've got a lot of nose hair coming out of my fake banana nose, and I'm going to try. I think there might be banana roots. I think I might be growing up.
Right, sure.
I'm going to try and whack that back with a strimmer.
Good luck with it. Right, yeah, you don't. I would advise listeners don't try putting a strimmer near their face. But
especially if you've got a face that's a banana, because it's very soft and malleable.
It's very soft, and you don't really have arms either. I don't know how you.
No,
it's very hard for you. But good luck.
Lower myself towards the. Don't do this at home, children. Don't.
Yeah, don't. Well, none of the listeners are bananas unless they are also all bananas.
Well, unless the society has been more successful than you thought you'd expect, and everybody here is.
Oh my goodness,
it's
terrifying. Including... I find out my Dachshund is a banana, and that's why we slide down the road. It makes a lot of sense. Wow. Well, good luck. Good luck with the nose hairs. Good luck with not being a banana, even though you are a banana. Yeah. And thanks again for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us, Tin and Tiny Dooyab.
Thanks so much to Howard Reed for taking time out of being a banana to answer Ash Blackcat's question. Ash Blackcat, whether you're a cat or a human, I hope you liked your answer, and if not, please do take any complaints you have and write them on a secret banana, and then they'll be disguised as a stinky hippo, and I'll never have to see them. Don't forget, Radio Nonsense is taking a little tiny break. But if you have a question that you need to have answered in 2025, then you can get your nearest Grinchy frostbiters, grown-ups, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk, or send me a message on Spotify Q&A, or leave a review for the show on one of the places that podcast reviews can happen. I don't know, the side of a cow, a small pebble in the sea, but probably more like Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Amazon Music. And do check out Bust or Trust and Kids Mystery Podcast if you're not already, because there's just more of me on there, and it might fill the little gap while Radio Nonsense is on a little break. Oh, I wonder who that could be on this cold, frosty winter's afternoon. It's not that cold, but it is the afternoon. Oh, ho, ho! It's me, Father Christmas. Father Christmas, wow! I thought you'd come down the chimney. You don't have a chimney, you silly. You forgot to build one after the last time Comedy Club for Kids HQ fell down. So, came by the door, which is much easier and a bit less rude. Oh, I see. So, Father Christmas, did you bring me my presents? No, not on Father Christmas. What? Oh, Father Christmas. Yeah, Father Christmas. There's lots of us, you see. Obviously, you know Father Christmas, but I'm Father Christmas for the farty people. There's Feather Christmas. That's for chickens. There's Barter Christmas. You ask for a present. He tries to give you a lesser present. You have to ask for more. But anyway, it goes back and forth. It takes ages. But look, you've been really good and only a bit boring and sometimes stupid. So when I saw your list... Hang on, why did you get my list instead of Father Christmas? Well, he's been very busy and also you sent yours by airmail, but because of all the farting animals you have, it flew by stinky air over to me. Anyway, not to worry, I've seen your list and I've sorted it all out. Merry Fartmas! Oh, wow, you are amazing. I'm so excited for all my presents! Here you go! What? Hundreds of farting animals? And thousands of stinky hippos? Yeah, you wrote that you wanted these in big letters, so I brought you 15 million of them. Merry Fartmas! No, I didn't want these at all. Didn't you see? I said no. I put the word no before it, and then I put a cross by them to say specifically that this is not what I wanted. Oh, I thought that was a nice kissy kiss. Oh, well, they're here now and no one else wants them. Bye! This place smells like everyone in the world ate Brussels sprouts and then came round here on Boxing Day to do their super long Boxing Day farts. Well, I hope you have a much nicer, less stinky Christmas than me and have a very happy New Year. Bye. You have been listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents. Radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense. It's the end.